Alright, as part of the brand management team for Carnival Cruise Lines, we decided to compare our brand to the other competitors of Royal Caribbean and Norwegian. Our group members are Brandon Cohen, Allison Newman, and Chris Nutt. When we decided to segment the demographics, we decided to use 5 demographic segments that would best suit the market, which are age, household income, marital status, child age, and home value. When we looked at the majority of the people traveling in the age ranges of 45 to 54 years old, with a 4.6% across, they had projected on Carnival 2,046,000 in that age range, which was the largest. When we looked at the household income, we looked at the demographics which had $150,000, and more than 81% of the travelers were likely to travel on Carnival than the rest of the segment. People with an income of $75,000 to $149,999 have 45% more likely of passengers actually traveling on the cruise ships. The next largest group of income would be $150,000, which had a 19.3% down of passengers traveling on the cruise ships, or 1,661,000 travelers. When we looked at the marital status, we looked at the demographics of the married couples, which had a 4.3% of the population travelers, or 5,451,000 projected on that cruise ship. When we looked at the child age, we saw that the largest demographic was the child ages of 6 to 11 years old, which had a 3.6% of travelers traveling on the cruise ship, or 1,610,000 travelers that were projected, and the largest was child ages between 12 to 17 years old, which had a 3.7% of travelers on Carnival, or 1,641,000 travelers. When we looked at the home values of $500,000 or more, we looked at the travelers, which were 972,000 out of the 17,217,000 travelers of the total population. They had a 5.6% down, and they were 50% more likely to travel than the rest of the segment. When we looked at the age variables for Carnival, Norwegian, and Royal Caribbean, most of the travelers were from the age ranges of 45 years old to 54 years old. Most of the Norwegian travelers, though, were in the age ranges of 65 and up, which had a projected of 589,000 people projected on that cruise ship. When we looked at Royal Caribbean, which had the most of 45 to 54-year-old travelers, their projected was 1,323,000 and had a 65-year-old rate of 1,130,000 travelers on the cruise ship. When we looked at the household income, we could see that the largest majority of travelers were the income level of $75,000 to $149,999. When we looked at the marital status variables, we could see that a lot of now married people were traveling on cruise ships. Carnival had the highest with 5,451,000 projected travelers, where Royal Caribbean had 3,727,000 projected, and Norwegian had 1,862,000 projected on the cruise ship. When we looked at the people that were now engaged, not a lot of people were traveling on Norwegian, with only 65,000 people. When we segmented the child age variables, we can see that there is a lot of travelers that were in the age ranges of 6 years old to 17 years old. There were not that many travelers that were in the age ranges of 12 to 13 months, where Carnival had 286,000 projected. Norwegian had the lowest, which was 150,000 projected children of the age ranges of 12 to 13 months old. When we looked at the home old, people had a owned their homes that were the most. People had the home value of $200,000 to $499,999 were projected to have the most passengers. Carnival had the most with 3,436,000 travelers, where Royal Caribbean had 2,235,000 and Norwegian had a low of 520,000 passengers.
Now we will talk about the high usage indices for Carnival Cruise Lines. The top three indices for the demographic segments are household income of $150,000+ with an index of 181, home value of $500,000+ with an index of 150, and between the ages of 45 through 54 with an index of 121. Carnival also consists of adults ranging from the age 45 through 54 and has higher income levels than that of Royal Caribbean and Norwegian. The kids are typically older and the ship is more geared towards a family-oriented atmosphere. Now we will continue with the high indices of Norwegian. The top three indices for the demographic segments are home value of $500,000+ with an index of 186, a household income of $75,000 through $149,000 with an index of 174, and the child ages between 12 and 13 months old with an index of 148. Norwegian consists of married couples that are between the ages of 45 through 54 that have families with high incomes with younger families. They seem to be newly married and have the ability to bring their young children with them on their vacations. The ship is primarily geared towards the upper class family. Finally, we will talk about Royal Caribbean's indices. The top three indices for the demographic segments are household income between $75,000 and $149,999 with an index of 207, home value of $500,000+ with an index of 159, and a marital status of now married with an index of 127. Royal Caribbean has the greatest age segment of 45 through 54. This may conclude that many travelers with the company are traveling with their families, consisting of having children of 12 through 17 years old. They have higher incomes than the most income segments and have homes of high value. Now we will compare household income between the cruise lines. The market penetration for household income for all three cruise lines start at around $60,000 annually. This means that consumers with more household income tend to go on cruises. The market penetration for Royal Caribbean starts to really penetrate families with $60,000 and up. This is the most expensive cruise out of the three. Carnival Cruise is the most conveniently priced and starts the market penetration of consumers that make $40,000 and up. This shows that Carnival is very well priced because more people can afford the cheaper price of the ticket. Finally, we will take a look at Norwegian. Norwegian is the second highest price. This is displayed in the chart because market penetration starts to be the highest in the $60,000 a year and up range. Norwegian also has the lowest market penetration out of the three cruise lines. This could be due to market penetration of age because the trend is mostly 45 and up. Next, we will look at marital status of the three cruise lines. Carnival has the highest penetration rate of married and engaged consumers, and also the never married and, again, the divorced. This proves true because all ages enjoy Carnival's cruise. So the never married can include the ages of 18 through 34. Another example is how Carnival has the highest penetration percentage of now married, which can be explained on the next chart where Carnival has the highest penetration rate of children on their cruises. Royal Caribbean's highest market penetration is also in the now married segment. The high penetration of now married couples on Royal Caribbean cruise lines could be due to all the activities the cruise provides for children. Examples of children entertainment include family events and activities, scavenger hunts on board, water park, and Fisher-Price Toy Center. Norwegian Cruise Lines also has the highest market penetration for now married couples. Looking at the market penetration of children, we can see that Carnival has the highest market penetration of children. This could be due to the reasonable pricing of Carnival's cruise fare. Carnival also offers a child-friendly cruise with a Hasbro game show, water park, and children's stage shows. Royal Caribbean has the second highest market penetration regarding children, as mentioned before. The highest market penetration is of teens from 12 through 17. Royal Caribbean promotes this cruise line as a kid and family cruise line. They offer a lot of children-friendly activities and shows. Norwegian has the lowest market penetration of children. The highest market penetration of children is the ages of 12 through 23 months old, followed by 12 through 17. This could be due to how expensive Norwegian cruise lines are, or that typically older guests are more likely to choose Norwegian. The house value is a valuable indicator to see all three cruise lines' market penetration. The more expensive the house, the more likely the family or couple is to go on a cruise. The market penetration starts to really take effect on homeowners with a house of $100,000 and up. This is logical because these homeowners tend to have a higher household income, which in return provides them with more disposable income than consumers with a $99,000 and below house. Carnival has the highest market penetration out of the three cruise lines. This shows that Carnival has the most successful market penetration when it comes to money because it is very affordable and provides fun for everyone. Now we will look at the recommendations for mass marketing Carnival cruise lines. Television as a media vehicle is important to reach many different people. The projected viewership is high by comparison to magazines and the internet. For mass marketing cable services, we selected CNN, Discovery Channel, ESPN, Fox News Channel, and TBS. All choices are stations that are a representation of many adults in the 45 through 54 age demographic. It also has an above average ratio of viewership along with a large proportion of persons viewing within the cable services. In addition to television, magazines are a popular media vehicle for marketing Carnival cruise lines. We chose AARP the magazine, Consumer Reports, the Costco Connection, Entertainment Weekly, and the Forbes magazine. Those are found to reach the largest audience and can get the most recognition with Carnival advertising strategy. As for websites, we chose WebMD, Yellow Pages, Expedia, MapQuest, and Google Maps. The following web pages are positive for Carnival. Sites like Expedia, MapQuest, and Google Maps will assist those with travel plans or travel destinations. WebMD will bring a new light to those who may need a stress relief in their daily activity. Next, we'll look at niche marketing recommendations for Carnival cruise lines. There are many different television channels that are able to capture a large market but do not have as large as the following within cable services segment. Networks such as CNBC, Comedy Central, the Discovery Channel, and National Geographic Channel, and also VH1 are networks that would best be used for niche marketing. The channels are popular to specific groups and can be a prime spot to advertise for Carnival. Magazines such as Boating, Cigar Aficionado, Coastal Living, Delta Sky Magazine, and The Economist is where the cruise lines would place their ads in magazines. Many readers with specific interests can identify with Carnival by having more exposure to their needs and values. Magazines allow marketers to identify many different psychographics. As for the websites that we have identified for niche marketing, it's as follows: AOL Mail, Ticketmaster, FoxSports.com, CheapTickets.com, and Hotels.com. Many of these websites are not necessarily travel websites, but they do have the following that will impress Carnival with the viewership per site. And that concludes our presentation on Carnival Cruise Lines compared with Norwegian and Royal Caribbean.